You ever wonder how an app can instantly find your favorite song or that one specific email from years ago? Well, it's because they're talking to data. And today, we're going to learn the language they use, SQL, by writing our very first state of request from scratch. So how do you ask a database for one specific thing out of, potentially millions of pieces of information? You can't just type in plain English. You've got to speak its language. And that's exactly what we're here to do. Learn the basic grammar for having a real conversation with data. Before we dive into the language itself, let's start with something you already know. The best way to think about a database table, at least for now, is to just picture a simple spreadsheet, like one you'd use in Excel or Google Sheets. It's really just rows and columns of organized information. No need to overcomplicate it. Okay, so here's how that spreadsheet idea translates into database terms. The entire table represents a whole category of something, an entity, like, say, dogs. Each row is one specific instance of that entity, so not just any dog, but a particular pug or a specific beagle. And the columns? Those are the shared properties that every single dog in our table has, like its fur color or its tail length. Thinking this way, in entities and properties, is going to be the key to asking good questions. The language we're going to use is called SQL. That stands for Structured Query Language. And our first and maybe most important word is select. Think of select as the command that kicks off every single request. It's how we tell the database, hey, I want to see this. Theory is great and all, but let's make this practical. For the rest of this explainer, we're going to be working with a fun, real-world example, a database table that's just filled with information about all those classic Pixar movies we know and love. Okay, so let's take a look at our data. This right here is the movies table. Notice the columns. Those are our shared properties. Every movie has an ID, a title, a director, a year, and its length minutes. And each row, of course, is a unique movie. This is the exact table we're going to be asking our questions to. All right, first request. We have all this great data, but we don't need all of it right now. Let's say we only want a list of the movie titles and their directors. How do we ask for just those two columns and tell the database to just ignore the rest? It's actually a super simple two-step process. First, you use the select command to name the specific columns you're interested in. Second, you use the from command to tell the database which table to go look inside. It's a very logical structure, just what you want and where it is. That's it. And here's what that looks like as actual code. Select title, director, from movies. See? It's exactly what we just described. We select the columns we want, title and director, and then we tell the database where to get them from, the movies table. Simple and clean. And boom, here's our result. The database gives us back a brand new, clean table that contains just the two columns we asked for. No year, no length, only the title and the director for every single movie. We asked a specific question, and we got a specific filtered answer. Pretty cool, right? Okay, that was great for being specific. But what about the opposite? What if you're exploring a brand new set of data and you just want to see everything that's in the table? Do you really have to type out every single column name? Because that would be a pain. Thankfully, no. SQL gives us this fantastic little shortcut, the asterisk. Now, when you use an asterisk in a select statement, you're not asking for a column named asterisk. It's a special character, a wildcard, that just means all of them, or every single column. It's a real lifesaver. This makes our Show Me Everything query incredibly simple. Select star from movies, semicolon. This is probably the very first command anyone runs on a new table. It's the absolute quickest way to understand what kind of data you're even working with before you start asking more detailed questions. And just like that, the asterisk gives us the entire original table back. Every row, every column, from ID all the way over to length minutes. It's the perfect way to just say, all right, just show me everything you've got. So let's recap real quick. With just two keywords and a wildcard, you now know the absolute fundamentals of getting data. Select tells the database what columns you want, from tells it where to look, and the asterisk is your powerful shortcut for give me the whole shebang. You now have the basic vocabulary to have a real conversation with a database. You can ask for very specific details, or you can ask for the entire big picture. So, with this new power to ask, what questions about the world's data are you going to ask first?